Welcome back to Season 2 of Salvage Survival. I'm D-Swank, and we'll be joined by the Court of Fools, Fuzz, Thundra, and Dan. Their channels are in the description below. Rules are slightly different than last season. We can only build ships in a designated box. Big ships will then be welded together, and we are in a custom system, so here we go. Hello, this is episode 50, and I hope you have enjoyed that opening. In this episode, I will briefly discuss what we have done for the past 50, then show off the new opening. I plan to do this every 50 episodes, so 100 will be the next time, and then 150, and so on. The openings will be roughly 20 to 30 seconds to bypass the majority of the YouTube Don't Be Bad censors. So to start this off, I will show off the new opening and closing, then put in the base tour of what we've done so far. See you tomorrow for episode 51. Welcome back to our Space Engineers Salvage Survival playthrough. Joining me are Fuzz, Dan, Thundra, and other members of the Court of Fools. Our rules this time are fairly simple. Small grid and static large grid are free to build. Free-floating large grid can be salvaged or built in our construction hangar. If you are interested in more, do the YouTube chant, like and subscribe, and enough talk, on with the show. Thank you for watching. All thumbnails are taken from the episode. First person to comment with the correct timestamp will get their comment pinned. Alright, so for the tour, let's start with the thing everybody should be most familiar with, because it's what we ended last season with, which is the Fool's Fallacy. We haven't done any upgrades or anything to it. It's where I've kind of crashed, and I think that's where Fuzz's logout point is. So we'll start there, come down. We have built this temporary landing platform. Fuzz actually built that. Down there we have Daniel's escape craft and a shuttle that he captured. And the hole that we started this with, we punched a hole into the side of the asteroid, dug out this room, and then we started this hallway, and the temporary resource hub room here. This hallway was decided to be taken to the refinery area, which Fuzz is working on. And we've decided to call it the Red Hallway. We haven't completely finished it. This segment has no real decoration in it, or coloration. And we have this one that we haven't put the ceiling in, to a observation window, with this door leading to a cockpit to control our one defensive turret at the moment. Then crossing the bridge, which the bridge was a major task to build. It's a combination of Fuzz's and my design. And once we crossed over to this asteroid, the second asteroid, everything on this point has been designed pretty much by Fuzz. We have this little airlock, and I should add, before going too much further, the bridge was designed so that resource gathering ships can dock above or below it and dump resources into the system there. So let's go through this back here. There is Bernard, Fuzz's little rescue craft, survival craft. Keep you oxygenated and hydrogenated and electrogenated in the areas that he's working. And he has been putting this hallway together, which has a very Red Queen vibe. And this experiment here, we're going to be going straight first, and this is going to be a tower that will have some defensive turrets mounted on it eventually. And as you just saw, the gravity here shifts. It rotates. And down in this part of the asteroid is where the refinery system will be placed. I believe he's going to be doing some sort of like pin forward, port spar sort of thing right here, but I'm not 100% sure. And that'll be a fun surprise when he's finished. Now, the last thing that's over in this area is our, at the moment, sole mini-Mura that was built. It has already gone through multiple iterations, mining and tug, and back to mining. Then, let's see. Over here, we have the charging bay for Benny, which Benny is, this is a lot, Benny XL. Benny was a small two-person rover, as compact as we could originally build it, that Fuzz and I used on our first extraplanet adventure post liftoff with the original Ship of Fools. We have this lovely window to be able to look out into space that looks great. Over here we have the green hallway, which is the living space. We have Thundra's room, which is blue. Very blue, and appears to be a chessboard. And she has a second floor with all of her bits here to keep her room livable. I think she's working on decorations at the moment, planning out decorations. Over here we have Dano's room, which for some reason they've decided that, you know, Dano's green, Thundra's blue. They're going to stick with their themed colors. And Dano had this secret room put in, or hallway, beside the batteries. And then, so this is where he had the oxygen tanks. Okay. Well, that'll work for now, but when we, later on, I have an idea for where to put those. And he gets his secret room back. as for batteries, this is the battery room. Yes, that support comes down right in the middle of the big door. That way, so you don't drive Benny or Bernard in here and lose control and wipe out all the battery banks. Which we have huge battery banks. There's my body while I'm doing this tour. Over here, this is where the stairwell is going to eventually be. The plan is that it will go up and down, and you will be able to drive Benny or Bernard up and down through the base. Now, over here, we have the reactor module. This space was created with like 7,470 some odd, maybe 670 some odd pistol magazines, basic pistol magazines. And I have mostly been building the reactor module in here. It's almost done. This side just has to end up mirroring this side, and yep, I got a streaming error. I need to finish welding that block, and that needs to mirror the reactors on that side. Put in an air block there on all four sides, and then do a little bit of fine detail to spruce it up a bit, and it'll be finished, which I'm looking forward to. It's probably going to be the first major thing finished after this video. Then we have this punch out. And the plan is the hallway comes out, and then we'll have splits on both sides, which may not work as well as I had hoped because of the shape of the asteroid, but oh well. I may just end up having to fold this side back. But this is where we will put in our construction squares, which you will will have seen when in the new opening. And honestly, it doesn't look like we've done a huge amount over the past 7 weeks, but a lot of the detail is where the time sunk. Yeah. Now, over here, this gold door leads to the space that will be Fuzz's room, and the unmarked gray door is the space that will lead to mine. So, that was our tour. Pretty much how we got to this roid was we made 4 or 5 jumps to get here. In those jumps, we found 2 or 3 stations and a mining station. Excuse me. And a mining station that, well, we could use for, we thought about using as resources until I realized it was the big boss of the NPC mod we were using who owned it, and I really didn't want to mess with him. So I advised not to mess with that. Anything else? Nope. I think that's pretty much it. We haven't done much exploration of the system yet because we're just getting our home built and our ability to expand from here. Which, somewhere, one of these planets is going to be our next stop. I don't know which one, but it will be fun when we figure that out. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye. Alright. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, subscribe, and comment below. Discord link in the description as well. And as been requested, until next time, bye-bye.